Gamers everywhere, we're ranking the most popular games right now in 2025, featuring both classic games and new games. This list of the most played games right now has first-person shooters, multiplayer battle royales, MOBAs, fighting games, RPGs, and collectible card video games. Online multiplayer shooters like CS:GO, Fortnite, and PUBG are currently dominating the gaming world thanks to professional gamers, esports tournaments, Twitch streamers, and YouTube gaming channels. Others have spawned sequels that outplay and outperform their original games. Some games that have been released years ago are still popular today, like League of Legends, Minecraft, World of Warcraft, and Dota 2. Other good games trending now include Fall Guys, Among Us, Overwatch, and Rocket League. Let's get into the video. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is a 2011 first-person shooter political war thriller video game developed by Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer Games with development assistance from Raven Software and published by Activision. It is the third installment in the Modern Warfare saga, a direct sequel to 2009's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and the eighth Call of Duty installment. It is one of the big hits for Call of Duty franchise. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG, lands aspiring virtual survivors onto an island, igniting a thrilling last man standing combat. Its popularity spread like wildfire, registering over 70 million copies sold. PUBG not only stirred the gaming community, but also revolutionized the battle royale genre, spawning a slew of copycats. Fasten your seatbelt as Forza Horizon 5 throttles up the arcade racing genre with its vibrant Mexican landscapes and a stunning car roster. The open-world racing journey keeps players hooked with dynamic weather and event-filled gameplay. Its grand success puts the pedal to the metal, making it one of the highest-grossing racing games. It has left skid marks on the racing genre, raising the bar for visual prowess and gameplay diversity. Kratos' return in God of War sets a Norse mythological stage for jaw-dropping combat and a poignant father-son narrative. Its acclaim is widespread, making it one of the best-selling PlayStation 4 games. This game has managed to redefine the hack-and-slash genre, repositioning it as more than just mindless button-mashing. Pokemon Go shook the world when brought the beloved animated creatures into the real world through the magic of augmented reality in 2016. The gameplay banks on players venturing across town to capture these creatures and participate in epic gym battles. It generated an extraordinary social gaming experience that got players off their couches and out into the wild, prompting record-breaking downloads and a dramatic shift in the gaming landscape. In Luigi's Mansion 3, our green-hatted hero trades racetracks for haunted hotels, setting a spectacular stage for puzzle-solving and ghost-busting action. The game is a blockbuster success, making Luigi's solo adventures a fan-favorite mainstay. Its standout gameplay mechanics infuse a breath of fresh air into the Mario franchise, adding layers to its far-reaching impact. Pokemon Sword and Shield invite players to the Galar region, rejuvenating the classic Pokemon formula with a slew of new features. Ranking among the best-selling Switch titles, the games continue to ride the wave of Pokemon fandom. They've extended the franchise's legacy, striking a fine balance between nostalgia and innovation. Cuphead is an indie gem with a touching backdrop of two brothers who gambled with the devil and lost. This high-octane, action-packed shooter game features a beautiful throwback to the animation style of the 1930s that's as charming as it is challenging. It enjoyed insane popularity upon its release, throwing gamers into a frenzy with its tough-as-nails boss battles and heart-pumping gameplay. Cuphead certainly left its mark on the industry, spawning numerous fan arts, references, and cosplay, retroactively labeling it a cultural phenomenon. Valorant is a first-person shooter that packs a punch with a blend of strategic 5v5 team play and unique character abilities. With over 14 million players logging in each month, the game has got everyone in its crosshairs. Valorant's surge in popularity is reshaping the competitive FPS landscape, challenging old guards and attracting investment in esports. In its own quirky twist on shooter games, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 pits foliage against the undead in a hilarious, action-packed battle. The playground-like gameplay garnered a large, loyal fan base across ages. With its unconventional approach, it gave the blasting genre a fun, family-friendly face and prompted other developers to let their hair down. Minecraft Dungeons is Mojang's daring foray into dungeon crawler games, repurposing Minecraft's familiar tropes in a loot-filled action-adventure. The game's popularity is a testament to its family-friendly appeal. It reinvents the wheel for dungeon crawlers and pushes other developers to think outside the box. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order flares up the saber with Cal Kestis's engaging post-Order 66 narrative. The gameplay is a force to be reckoned with, adding wall running and saber battles to the mix. The game's triumph in sales and reviews has breathed new life into the Star Wars video game franchise, setting a gleaming path for future Star Wars titles. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is an epic journey set in an expansive high fantasy world brimming with dragons, cryptic magical artifacts, and tumultuous politics. The open-world RPG gameplay allows gamers to carve their narrative while battling menacing creatures. Its popularity is evident in the multiple awards and constantly growing fanbase it accumulated over the years. Skyrim set a high achievement by raising the bar for RPGs with its rich lore, world-building, and gameplay flex. Mortal Kombat 11 is the apex of gruesome, punchy, and visceral fighting games. Stories rooted in interdimensional conflicts and character-oriented narratives keep players on their toes. Combining classic characters, novel battle mechanics, and jaw-dropping fatalities, Mortal Kombat 11 ramped up the popularity meter and revisited the controversy over game violence. This game carried the torch forward, impacting video game censorship discussions. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator takes a swat at the strategy genre, offering a hilariously chaotic take on historical battles using physics-based simulation. Laughs aside, it's garnered solid popularity in the gaming community. The game's fusion of humor and tactical gameplay has rekindled interest in simulators, setting a foothold for offbeat entries. With its story picking up where Halo 5 left off, Halo Infinite flashes a sweeping saga of Master Chief's latest exploits. Dazzling with revamped gameplay mechanics and polished multiplayer, it doesn't fail to deliver the sci-fi charm Halo is renowned for. Having seen enormous early popularity, this edition upholds the franchise's reputation and reasserts its impact on the development of first-person shooters. Crafted by Marcus Persson, Minecraft is an open-world, sandbox-style action-adventure video game that allows you to build and destroy to your heart's content. Its enthralling story mode stars Jesse and his/her mates as they journey to vanquish the Witherstorm. The true hook of the game lies in its survival and creative modes, offering endless exploration and creativity possibilities. A pop culture phenomenon that spread like wildfire, this block-based builder has impacted the industry and encouraged numerous imitations. Super Mario Odyssey sent players in a tizzy as they explored mesmerizing kingdoms with good old Mario and his magical Cappy. The game injects fresh spark into platform gaming with innovative mechanics and puzzles. It became a runaway hit, topping bestseller charts with over 20 million copies sold. Its joyous gameplay gave hope to beleaguered platformer fans and redefined the genre's future prospects. A serene getaway in your pocket, New Horizons lets players escape to a deserted island where they can craft their perfect sanctuary from scratch. Quirky animal villagers, complete freedom of customization, and the relaxing gameplay loop make it easy for fans to get stuck in. Its runaway success during the COVID-19 pandemic proved is not just a game, but also a comforting haven for millions. With over a dozen years under its belt, League of Legends still reigns as one of the most popular multiplayer online battle arena games. Though grounded in a unique universe, it continually adapts and enhances its gameplay to keep players on their toes. The popularity of League of Legends is second to none, boasting multi-million player counts. Its competitive scene has glamorized esports, making it a mainstream spectacle resonating with hobbyists and pro gamers alike. Counter-Strike Global Offensive rewrote rules of multiplayer FPS games with its raw, competitive, and strategic gameplay, breathing life into age-old terrorism versus counter-terrorism storyline. It weaved individual skill and team coordination into a unique gaming fabric. Garnering a devoted esports community, it tops popularity charts even almost a decade after its release. The game substantially fueled the rise of competitive esports and legitimized it as mainstream entertainment. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is an action-adventure game developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Released in October 2023 exclusively for the PlayStation 5, it is a direct sequel to Marvel's Spider-Man 2018 and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales 2020. The game continues the story of Peter Parker and Miles Morales as they face new challenges and threats in New York City. In Marvel's Spider-Man 2, players can switch between Peter and Miles, each with unique abilities and combat styles. The game introduces new villains, including Kraven the Hunter and Venom, while expanding the open-world environment with more detailed and interactive elements. Apex Legends, a high-octane, free-to-play battle royale game, mixes things up with a unique set of character abilities and fast-paced action. The gameplay stands tall, boasting a heart-pounding multiplayer experience. It rocketed to stardom with over 100 million players in just 2 years. Its success was a shot in the arm for developer Respawn Entertainment, encouraging more diverse entries in the battle royale genre. Survival Evolved is a survival adventure game revolving around the thrilling tale of humans fending themselves off in a world filled with dinosaurs. With its crafting gameplay and taming beasts for riding, it offers an immersive prehistorical trek. It enjoys a stellar reputation among survival enthusiasts, redefining the genre and leaving a significant footprint on multiplayer survival games. It's a knockdown drag-out fight with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This fighting game features an epic crossover event with the largest roster of video game characters ever assembled for a titanic showdown. Each player aims to knock their opponents off the stage, really packing a punch in multiplayer format. Massively popular within the esports circuit, its impact is evident in its continued relevance, years after release. Rolling up its sleeves in the battle royale genre, Fortnite has been a game-changer in multiplayer gaming. Players parachute into an ever-shrinking combat zone, gathering weapons and resources to become the last person or team standing. Its cartoonish graphics, coupled with engrossing building mechanics, has made it a cultural phenomenon, with players calling it a breath of fresh air. This is one hell of a Western epic. In the era of outlaws and gunslingers, this game vividly depicts the twilight years of the Wild West. Rode hard and put up wet with jaw-dropping visuals and a storyline that centers around Arthur Morgan, a seasoned outlaw grappling with his past and uncertain future. Its gripping narrative, paired with immensely detailed dynamics, has made Red Dead Redemption 2 a top dog in the gaming world, earning accolades from fans and critics alike. Stepping out of line has never been more entertaining than in Grand Theft Auto 5. With a notorious reputation for its adult content, GTA 5 puts you in the shoes of three distinctive criminals navigating the gritty, Los Angeles-inspired city Los Santos. Solidifying the franchise's powerhouse status, the narrative's biting social commentary and vast open-world gameplay impressively struck a chord with audiences globally. Spider-Man swings into action in this adrenaline-pumping action-adventure game. Players control Peter Parker in his web-slinging escapades as he fights to keep New York safe from various villains. Despite its relatively linear narrative, the game has soared in popularity for its smooth gameplay and enchanting story. Its successful blend of comic book storytelling and video gaming has elevated superhero games to new heights. Black Ops 4 pushes the envelope on the first-person shooter genre. Though it ditches the traditional campaign mode, its strong multiplayer options, including the new Battle Royale mode, have kept fans hooked. Its fast-paced, action-packed warfare gameplay has kept its popularity steady, contributing significantly to maintaining the Call of Duty franchise's relevance. Roblox is a virtual sandbox that lets players create and play custom-made games and experiences. Its democratic setup, where anyone can create content, has hit a nerve with millions worldwide, especially younger gamers, making the game a formidable force in the industry. Elden Ring is a saga of power and decay, set against a morally complex and poignantly beautiful world. Its innovative combat mechanics and relentless difficulty have made it one of the most anticipated games of the year. Its stark yet stunning world design and narrative depth have also raised the bar for what players expect from action RPGs. The buzz around its release reverberated through the gaming community, making it more than just a game, it's a cultural phenomenon. Among Us is the big cheese in the social deduction game scene. You and your crewmates need to prepare your spaceship for departure, but beware, as imposters are in your midst. One or more players are working silently to sabotage and kill the crew. Its simplicity of gameplay and the infusion of strategy has thrust it into the spotlight, rejuvenating party-style multiplayer games. This game put the pedal to the metal with a unique fusion of vehicular action and football. Rocket League's high-octane matches require players to use rocket-powered cars to knock a ball into the opponent's goal. Its inclusion in esports tournaments has amplified its standing, creating an all-new subgenre of sports games marked by its pulse-pounding gameplay. This tactical shooter is anything but run-of-the-mill. Players must work together as part of a counter-terrorist unit, each with unique skills, to defeat the opposition. Its high-stakes tactical gameplay has seized a strong following, revitalizing the popularity of team-based tactical shooters. This chaotic and colorful game takes elements of Battle Royale and mixes it with a game show aesthetic, creating a heart-thumping race against the odds. Fall Guys quickly achieved massive popularity for its whimsical style and intense multiplayer face-offs, redefining the brutal aspects of Battle Royale games into chummy entertainment. Miles Morales, the sequel to the 2018 Spider-Man game, players take control of new web-slinger Miles Morales as he takes up the mantle in this exhilarating adventure. Dialing up the heat with diverse powers and a fresh narrative, its riveting storyline and smooth gameplay have webbed up its spot in pop culture, continuing to enhance the impressive reputation of superhero games. Blizzard's team-based shooter Overwatch is a premium blend of diverse characters and fast-paced action. With each player picking from a roster of heroes, each having unique abilities, matches evolve into intricate dances of strategy and skill. Its massive following, thanks in part to its esports scene, underscores its impact on the tactical shooter genre. Overturning the apple cart in the world of action-adventure games, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sets a benchmark with its scintillating gameplay and captivating storyline. The game splashes a fresh lease of life into Link's adventures in Hyrule, serving a thrilling, non-linear exploration experience. It blew its popularity gasket with over 23 million copies sold worldwide. This game not only cemented Nintendo's Switch console in the gaming landscape, but also left a deep impact on future open-world game design. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a sprawling exploration into the golden age of Greece amidst the Peloponnesian War. It tossed aside old gameplay mechanics for a role-playing approach, turning heads with heart-wrenching choices and thrilling stealth combat. Rapidly gathering a strong following, this installment has not only expanded the franchise's fan base, but has also touched upon history-based gaming narratives. Have you ever wondered what life is like as a cat? Stray lets you experience this in a cybernetic cityscape while a compelling, poignant story unfolds, unraveling the truth. It's truly a breath of fresh air in terms of gameplay, ditching traditional humanoid characters for a limber feline. Social media buzzed with anticipation for this title, showing that gamers always have room for innovative ideas. Its symbolic representation of solitude and resilience struck a chord, making it a modern, emotional tour de force. Splatoon 2 is a bright, engaging tale of animated characters fighting ink battles in a color-soaked world. Its fast-paced, inky shooter gameplay and innovative multiplayer modes had players clamoring for more. It surged in popularity among both casual and competitive scenes, adding a Technicolor touch to the otherwise grim world of shooting games. Human. Fall Flat is a zany, physics-based puzzle game that pitches a wobbly human avatar into dreamlike environments. Its charm lies in its chaotic gameplay that's packed with belly laughs and aha moments in equal measure. Following its release, it quickly catapulted into the limelight for its slapstick humor and addictive multiplayer mode, becoming a favorite among streamers. The impact on cooperative online gaming cannot be understated. RPG and sequel to The Witcher 2, The Witcher 3 follows Witcher Geralt of Rivia as he seeks out his former lover and his young subject while intermingling with the political workings of the war-torn northern kingdoms. Geralt has to fight monsters and deal with people of all sorts in order to solve complex problems and settle contentious disputes, each ranging from the personal to the world-changing. Pokemon Legends Arceus unearths the history of the Sinnoh region, a first in the Pokemon world. You already guessed it, the gameplay involves capturing them all and unraveling the mystery surrounding the enigmatic Arceus. Launched with an insane amount of hype, it dominated the gaming world, etching a milestone in the illustrious legacy of the Pokemon franchise. Its unique open-world style gameplay was a game-changer, setting a new standard for what fans expect from Dark Souls 3 is an action role-playing game developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. Released in March 2016, it is the fourth entry in the Souls series and the final installment in the Dark Souls trilogy. Set in the decaying kingdom of Lothric, players take on the role of the Ashen One, an undead warrior tasked with rekindling the first flame to prevent the world from falling into darkness. The game features challenging combat, intricate level design, and a deep, lore-rich narrative. EA Sports FC25 gives you more ways to win for the club. Team up with friends in your favorite modes with the new 5v5 Rush, and manage your club to victory as FCIQ delivers more tactical control than ever before. The original shooter-looter returns, packing bazillions of guns and a mayhem-fueled adventure. Blast through new worlds and enemies as one of 4 new Vault Hunters. Play solo or with friends to take on insane enemies, score loads of loot, and save your home from the most ruthless cult leaders in the galaxy. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a 2024 action role-playing game developed and published by Square Enix. The game is a sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake and the second in a planned trilogy of games remaking the 1997 PlayStation game Final Fantasy VII. Like its predecessor, the gameplay of Rebirth combines real-time action with strategic and role-playing elements. Set immediately after Remake's events, players control mercenary Cloud Strife and a party of characters principally comprising the eco-terrorist group Avalanche, who embark on a journey across the planet to prevent the megacorporation Shinra from exploiting its life essence, Mako, as an energy source, and defeat former elite soldier Sephiroth, who seeks to unite with the planet to achieve greater power. With exciting improvements upon its best-in-class gameplay, competitive and community online features, and deep, varied game modes, NBA 2K21 offers one-of-a-kind immersion into all facets of NBA basketball and culture, where everything is game. In NBA 2K21, new, old, and returning ballers alike will find exciting game modes that offer a variety of basketball experiences. Marvel's Avengers is an epic third-person action-adventure game that combines an original cinematic story with single-player and cooperative gameplay. Assemble into a team of up to 4 players online, master extraordinary abilities, customize a growing roster of heroes, and defend the Earth from escalating threats. Tekken 8 is the 8th canon release and 10th overall entry in the Tekken series. The game's story features 32 former and new characters, each with their own narrative that contributes to the overall story. Tekken 8 features upgraded fighting elements and systems from its predecessor. It also introduces brand new mechanics such as the heat system and tornado hits. Arcade Quest was another addition to their online mode, which includes tournaments, arcade features, customizable avatars, and specialized currency that is featured throughout the game. Plunge into the riveting universe of Sea of Thieves, a pirate-themed action-adventure game where you live out your very own swashbuckling fantasies. Players voyage across a vast, exciting world, aiming to gain treasure and renown. Though it had a rocky start, its popularity has steadily grown thanks largely to its immersive gameplay and continual developer support. It is the embodiment of pure co-op fun, and its shared world concept has profoundly impacted the gaming community. The awaited sequel, Splatoon 3, promises a continuation of the ink-splatting saga in a post-apocalyptic setting. Invigorated gameplay elements, including customization options and new battle modes, are set to enthrall fans. Although it's yet to release, the anticipatory chatter proves its skyrocketing popularity. The game is poised to redefine team-based online shooters, emphasizing the importance of fun-filled, non-violent competitive gaming. Welcome to the world of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, where fright and delight become one. This indie horror game transformed overnight into a legendary title that monopolized YouTube gaming channels. Here you, a night shift security guard, discover that the cute animatronics in Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria have a sinister side. With the gameplay revolving around surveillance cameras and limited resources, fans across the globe have been glued to their chairs in an adrenaline-fueled bid for survival. This game single-handedly revolutionized the horror game genre and continues to spook the living daylights out of gamers to date. Hogwarts Legacy is an immersive, open-world action RPG set in the world first introduced in the Harry Potter books. Now you can take control of the action and be at the center of your own adventure in the wizarding world. Embark on a journey through familiar and new locations as you explore and discover fantastic beasts. Customize your character and craft potions, master spellcasting, upgrade talents, and become the wizard you want to be. Discover the feeling of living at Hogwarts as you make allies, battle dark wizards, and ultimately decide the fate of the wizarding world. Your legacy is what you make of it. Delve into the deeply engaging narrative of Assassin's Creed Origins. Set in ancient Egypt, you play as Bayek, experiencing the inception of the infamous Brotherhood. The game set a new precedent for the franchise with its revamped combat system and fully fledged RPG elements. It left a significant impact, reassuring devotees of the franchise's ability to innovate and bring fresh ideas to the table. Make history as the legendary Master Assassin Ezio Auditore da Firenze in Assassin's Creed The Ezio Collection, which includes the acclaimed single-player campaigns and single-player add-on content from Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations with enhanced graphics. Live the life of Ezio and learn the ways of the assassin as he seeks vengeance for the betrayal of his family. Travel through 15th century Renaissance Italy, including the capital Rome, and finally on to 16th century Constantinople. Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action-adventure story set in Night City, a megalopolis obsessed with power, glamour, and body modification. You play as V, a mercenary outlaw, going after a one-of-a-kind implant that is the key to immortality. You can customize your character's cyberware, skill set, and playstyle, and explore a vast city where the choices you make shape the story and the world around you. Dive into the rich lore of Destiny 2, where you, a Guardian, are humanity's last hope against the looming darkness. Its addictive gunplay and expansive lore have fans around the globe gripped. Following its predecessor's footsteps, but adding its own innovations, it firmly entrenched its place among the most popular online multiplayer games. Its live service model influenced a wave of AAA games and reshaped the landscape of gaming. Stardew Valley is an open-ended country-fi RPG. You've inherited your grandfather's old farm plot in Stardew Valley. Armed with hand-me-down tools and a few coins, you set out to begin your new life. Can you learn to live off the land and turn these overgrown fields into a thriving home? It won't be easy. Ever since Joja Corporation came to town, the old ways of life have all but disappeared. The community center, once the town's most vibrant hub of activity, now lies in shambles. But the valley seems full of opportunity. With a little dedication, you might just be the one to restore Stardew Valley to greatness. Developed by Treyarch and Raven, Black Ops 6 is a spy action thriller set in the early 90s, a period of transition and upheaval in global politics, characterized by the end of the Cold War and the rise of the United States as a single superpower. With a mind-bending narrative and unbound by the rules of engagement, this is signature Black Ops. The Black Ops 6 campaign provides dynamic, moment-to-moment gameplay that includes a variety of play spaces with blockbuster set pieces and action-packed moments, high-stakes heists, and cloak-and-dagger spy activity. In a best-in-class multiplayer experience, players will test their skills across 16 new maps at launch, including 12 core 6v6 maps and 4 strike maps that can be played 2v2 or 6v6. Black Ops 6 also marks the epic return of round-based zombies, the fan-favorite mode, where players will take down hordes of the undead in 2 brand-new maps at launch. Post-launch, players can look forward to even more exciting maps and groundbreaking experiences dropping into both multiplayer and zombies. The galaxy's last line of offense. Enlist in the Helldivers and join the fight for freedom across a hostile galaxy in a fast, frantic, and ferocious third-person shooter. It is one of the surprising big hits of 2024. They are recently adding lots of new content. It is a must-play game in 2025. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening is a remake of the 1993 game of the same name. Besides the complete graphical and sound overhaul, its gameplay controls have been changed to incorporate the additional buttons the Switch holds, as opposed to the 2-button choice of the Game Boy. The overworld map is far more detailed, and specific locations can now be marked to be returned to on a later occasion. Additional heart pieces can also be won, extending the heart meter to a total of 20 instead of the 14 hearts of the original. Explore an intelligent, emotionally charged, and dystopian world in Detroit, Become Human, where androids question their existence. Its choice-driven gameplay mixed with a complex narrative quickly spread like wildfire, earning it numerous accolades. The game played a colossal role in proving that video games could be a powerful medium for narrative storytelling, pushing the boundaries of traditional gaming. Lead Yoshi on a brand new adventure that will turn everything you've come to expect from side-scrolling games upside down. Explore a great big world decorated like a miniature diorama in a new art style for the franchise, where each side-scrolling stage has the traditional front side as well as a flip side with different views and surprises. Look for items throughout the stage as Yoshi makes his way to the goal. You can even join up with a friend. Grab your squad and experience the past, present, and future of hoops culture in NBA 2K24. Enjoy pure, authentic action and limitless personalized My Player options in My Career. Collect an impressive array of legends and build your perfect lineup in My Team. Relive your favorite eras as a GM or commissioner in My NBA. Experience next-level gameplay and lifelike visuals with your favorite NBA and WNBA teams in Play Now. EA Sports FC24 is the ultimate football simulation game that lets you play as your favorite stars and teams in the most authentic and immersive way possible. With EA Sports FC, you can experience the thrill of the world's biggest competitions, such as the Premier League, UEFA Champions League, UEFA Women's Champions League, La Liga, Santander, Bundesliga, Ligue 1, Serie A, Comebol Libertadores, Barclays Women's Super League, NWSL, and many more. EA Sports FC24 also features a new brand identity inspired by the triangles that have been part of EA Sports football for the past 30 years, from the isometric polygons that make up the game, to the chemistry triangles that exist in Ultimate Team, to the player indicator across every match. Join the club and be part of a new football club for the future of football we want to build together. Lay siege to the glorious world of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where you lead the Vikings against the kingdoms of England. Its historically immersive open world and groundbreaking combat mechanics have captivated fans the world over. Riding on the coattails of the popularity of Norse mythology, it has carved a solid presence in the Assassin's Creed franchise and redefined its place in the action-adventure genre. Titanfall 2 will deliver a crafted experience that explores the unique bond between man and machine. Playable offline, the single-player campaign in Titanfall 2 will let fans step out onto the frontier as a militia rifleman with aspirations of becoming an elite pilot. Stranded behind enemy lines and facing overwhelming odds, players must team up with a veteran Titan to uphold a mission they were never meant to carry out. Little Nightmares 2 is a suspense adventure game in which you play as Mono, a young boy trapped in a world that has been distorted by the humming transmission of a distant tower. With Six, the girl in a yellow raincoat, as his guide, Mono sets out to discover the dark secrets of the signal tower and save Six from her terrible fate. But their journey will not be straightforward, as Mono and Six will face a gallery of new threats from the terrible residents of this world. Will you dare to face this collection of new little nightmares? The Land of Shadow, a place obscured by the Erd Tree, where the goddess Marika first set foot. A land purged in an unsung crusade, set ablaze by Mesmer's flame. It was to this land that Miquella departed, divesting himself of his flesh, his strength, his lineage, of all things golden. Guided by Empyrean Miquella, players are beckoned to the Land of Shadow, a place at the heart of the lands between. In these strange new lands, players discover the dark secrets of the world as they meet others who follow in Miquella's footsteps with ulterior motives. Join Mario and his new companion Olivia on a comedic adventure that will take you to the far corners of a papercraft world in Paper Mario: The Origami King on Nintendo Switch. Face off against the Origami King and his army of paper invaders, team up with some extraordinary companions, and master magical powers on your quest to save the world. Unwrap an epic quest, travel the land, repair the damage done by the folded soldiers, and rescue toads trapped in all manner of wacky scrapes. With the help of Olivia's paper folding powers, use the farce-reaching 1,000 fold arms and other paper transformations to save those imprisoned by the Origami King's henchmen and help restore peace to the world. Horizon Forbidden West continues Aloy's story as she moves west to a far future America to brave a majestic but dangerous frontier where she'll face awe-inspiring machines and mysterious new threats. It is one of the best games right there to play right now. This Horizon Forbidden West have excellent graphics and storyline. Resident Evil Village is a first-person survival horror and the sequel to Resident Evil 7, Biohazard. The game maintains elements from previous Resident Evil games, with players having to scavenge environments for items and manage their resources. However, it adds more action-oriented gameplay with higher enemy counts and a greater emphasis on combat. Pokémon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is a role-playing game developed by Ilka and published by the Pokémon Company and Nintendo. The games are enhanced remakes of the 2006 series Pokémon Diamond and Pearl and was released for Nintendo Switch in 2021. Set in the fictional region of Sinnoh, the game chronicles the adventures of a young Pokémon trainer as they train and battle Pokémon while also thwarting the schemes of a criminal organization called Team Galactic. LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2 is a LEGO-themed action-adventure video game developed by Traveler's Tales. It is the sequel to 2013's LEGO Marvel Super Heroes and the third installment of the LEGO Marvel franchise. With the core gameplay following the same style of past LEGO titles, the game features the ability to manipulate time and a 4-player competitive superhero battle mode. LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2A storyline centers around superheroes from different eras and realities of the Marvel Universe as they fight against the time-traveling villain Kang the Conqueror in a battle across space and time. The Last of Us Part 2 is an action-adventure game set 5 years after the events of The Last of Us. The player traverses post-apocalyptic environments such as buildings and forests to advance the story. They can use firearms, improvised weapons, and stealth to defend against hostile humans and cannibalistic creatures infected by a mutated strain of the cordyceps fungus. The game intermittently switches control between Ellie and Abby and also briefly Joel in the opening sequence. The nimble nature of the player character introduces platforming elements, allowing the player to jump and climb to traverse environments and gain advantages during combat. Dead by Daylight is an asymmetrical multiplayer 4v1 horror game where one player takes on the role of the savage killer and the other 4 players play as survivors, trying to escape the killer and avoid being caught and killed. Genshin Impact is an open-world action RPG where you embark on a journey across Teyvat to find your lost sibling and seek answers from the Seven, the gods of each element. Explore this wondrous world, join forces with a diverse range of characters, and unravel the countless mysteries that Teyvat holds. Friday the 13th, The Game is a third-person horror survival game where players take on the role of a teen counselor, or for the first time ever, Jason Voorhees. You and 6 other unlucky souls will do everything possible to escape and survive while the most well-known killer in the world tracks you down and brutally slaughters you. Fire up a wild ride across the cosmos with a fresh take on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. In this action-adventure game, you are Star-Lord leading the unpredictable Guardians from one explosion of chaos to the next. You got this. Welcome to a vibrant world rich with the beauty of nature, but inhabited by awe-inspiring, highly advanced machines. As a young machine hunter named Alloy, you must unravel the mysteries of this world and find your own destiny. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of the most played games back in those days. It have good story also. Pokémon Unite is a free-to-play multiplayer online battle arena game developed by Teamy Studios and published by Nintendo. The game was released for the Nintendo Switch in 2021. Consisting of 2 teams of 5 players, the game tasks players to score points for their team by defeating wild Pokémon and move towards one of the control points to score goals. Resident Evil 2 is a remake of 1998's Resident Evil 2. The game was not developed with the intent of improving the original, but rather a reimagining of the original story with redesigned maps, characters, and story elements. Gameplay mechanics are more similar to Resident Evil 7. Biohazard, though, with the use of an over-the-shoulder camera. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is the 8th Crash Bandicoot series game, though the 4th chronologically. The game retains the series' core platforming gameplay and adds new elements through the use of the Quantum Masks, who can alter levels and provide means to traverse or overcome obstacles. It also includes additional game modes for replaying levels and the ability to control 5 characters, 3 of whom, Cortex, Dingodile, and Tana, have their own unique gameplay and levels. The game brings open combat, offering players more choices in approaching the single-player missions. Makarov returns as the chief villain of the new campaign. The newly introduced carry-forward system will let players keep their progression and inventory from Modern Warfare 2. Multiplayer fans can expect 16 maps at the launch and at least 12 coming later. Zombies mode will also return and should offer the largest zombie map to date. World of Warcraft is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game set in the Warcraft universe. Players assume the roles of Warcraft heroes as they explore, adventure, and quest across a vast world. Join intergalactic bounty hunter Samus Aran in her first new 2D Metroid story in 19 years. Samus's story continues after the events of the Metroid Fusion game, when she descends upon planet ZDR to investigate a mysterious transmission sent to the Galactic Federation. The remote planet has become overrun by vicious alien life forms and chilling mechanical menaces. Samus is more agile and capable than ever, but can she overcome the inhuman threat stalking the depths of ZDR? In EA Sports Madden NFL 25, discover the next level of field sense. This includes a re-engineered physics system, updated features across franchise and other modes, as well as brand new commentary and presentation.